we can project a monthly income for you in retirement. So instead of saying you've got $7,000, you'll see you're projected to create $2,100 a month in retirement. And then they'll say, is that going to be enough? You'll get a percentage in different colors, right? And it's a bit more intuitive. It's a bit more interactive. So this is, I would argue I'd rather know that now, if I'm a little behind the 8 ball, than when I log in and I'm 65. It's like, can I retire? Okay, now what do I do? Right? So we're trying to help you get there. The tools are very user-friendly. You can put in what state you live in, and they'll project potential healthcare expenses, potential Social Security income. They'll give you a whole retirement picture. Now, obviously, there's a lot of assumptions, so you can go in there and spend 40 minutes and dink around with it. But we're trying to drive that average up. People spend a little bit more time on the website. Okay, so please use this. And when I come back next year, I'll be after. So who's logged into Empower? And I bet I'll get like 2 hands, but we'll see. Okay. So last little thing on the investments I've mentioned, we're trying to make that as best as possible. We're still utilizing the target date fund approach, and this will be the default. Okay, so when the assets come over, this is where you'll be invested. It's the age-based approach. So we just take your date of birth, we add about 65 years to that, and on the right, we get your approximate target date, somewhere around when you're going to be retiring. The nice thing about that is we let the experts invest the account for us, right? So it's going to be a bit more aggressive while we're younger. As we get closer to our target date, it'll become more conservative. That's the appropriate way to do it. What you see here is you actually now have 3 different choices. So not only will you have a retirement year, but then if you want to get a bit more into it, you can pick, I'm more conservative, I'm moderate, or I'm more aggressive. So you can see they'll just alter the glide path a little bit depending on what you tell them. The default's going to be moderate, obviously. So if you want to get in there, and one of the things that people will use to determine what's most appropriate for them, not just personal risk tolerance, but your savings rate. Okay, so remember the default's going to be 3%. If the number that you're saving is lower than 6%, typically we're going to recommend that you pick the aggressive glide path, because most advisors will suggest saving more than this, and if you're not saving more than this, then the investments will probably have to help make up the difference. See, that kind of goes hand in hand. If your savings rate's between 6 and 12, now you're closer to what advisors recommend. Your investments can be a bit more moderate. And if you're really plowing money in here and using it and saving a lot of money, then you probably don't need to be as aggressive on the investment side of things. See how that kind of works? So we're trying to help you. Not only, obviously, some people love roller coasters, some people hate roller coasters, right? You're going to have a personal preference to how risky you want to be, but you also should probably take into account how much you're saving. So if you're just defaulted at 3%, maybe consider the aggressive approach. I'm going to pretty much end it there. If I talk about this stuff for too much longer, I lose people. So any questions about the 401k? Questions at all? Okay, good. Alicia, do you want to add anything? Are you good? You're good. Okay, so you got my contact info. The money is in the process of moving to Empower. And if we've never ever heard from you before, you're going to be automatically enrolled unless you opt out. Okay, I'm going to turn it over to the main show now, the A team.
Thanks. Big introduction. Good morning, everyone. I love the costumes as well. It's very impressive. My name's Liz Casey, and a lot of you look familiar from last year. I'm with Hub International, and I don't have a presentation necessarily. I thought today we were going to focus on our benefit guides. So what I'll take us through is going to be your primary medical, dental, vision, and then something new after I'm done. Kristen from Aflac is going to talk about some new options you have this year, okay? So really what I'd like to go through is our benefit guides, and to start off and let you know, very importantly, that everything is primarily staying the same, all right? Excel Products decided to keep everything in place. So like I shared last year, if you have a plan that you guys currently like that's working for you, you get to keep it. So that's very positive messaging, okay? So I'll start off in here, and right away, because I know a lot of times questions come up after these meetings and we kind of try and go through this relatively quick. Right on this front page, there's two different contact people listed. This is your dedicated hub team, Tina and Samantha. If you have any questions after today, feel free to reach out to them. Any claims questions throughout the year, they are resources for you, in addition to Alicia, and she can get in touch with us at any time. All right? You guys are quiet. You're quiet for Duncan, too. On page 6, really quickly, so open enrollment. This means that any decisions you guys make regarding your benefits will go into effect January 1st and stay in place for an entire year, okay? This is your opportunity to make changes to your elections, to add dependents without any questions, drop dependents, or make a change in plans. Perhaps you don't have dental or vision, it's something you're interested in. This is your opportunity to go ahead and do that without any questions asked. All right, your portal, how you're gonna enroll, I think we're on year 3 or 4 of that. That's gonna be through Employee Navigator. Most people should be familiar, but if you're relatively new to the company, see me afterwards and I'll help walk through that with you too. All right. To be eligible for medical, you need to work 30 hours and be a full-time employee. And then for all the other benefits, some of them are employer sponsored, that's gonna be working 35 hours, okay? And I know sometimes we have schedules that shift, so see Alicia or I if you have questions on that, if you're eligible, okay? All right. So this year we went ahead, because I know it's really important to you guys, what's it costs. Everything I'm gonna talk about today, all of the pricing is on page 8 for you. This is also listed in your portal, okay? You can see on here on the bottom right-hand side, there's a voluntary life worksheet. This is just an extra tool. It will calculate rates for you inside of Employee Navigator, all right? And then what's not listed on here, but you will find in your portal, is your LifeLock. I know that's something that was introduced last year, and then your Aflac rates will also be built out in the system, okay? Like I said, we've continued to stay with Blue Cross Blue Shield and Blue Care Network. There's gonna be 3 plan offerings for you, and those did stay the same. So on page 10, this is really going to be all of your plan designs. I'm gonna start off with the green column because